Exclusive. Sources confirm Tottenham already have a replacement for Thomas Frank. Saturday's FA Cup clash could decide everything at Spurs. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham's internal discussions have taken a decisive and explosive turn, with Roberto De Zerbi now firmly established as the leading candidate to replace Thomas Frank, who remains under intense pressure in North London. Behind the scenes, the club are no longer simply monitoring the situation, they are actively preparing for a potential managerial change that could arrive far sooner than expected. According to TEAMtalk, De Zerbi sits at the very top of Tottenham's shortlist for one overriding reason: his football. The Italian's aggressive, attack-first philosophy is viewed as the complete antithesis of what supporters are currently enduring under Frank. Spurs chiefs believe the team has become predictable, passive and devoid of identity, and De Zerbi represents a radical reset. The 46-year-old made his name in English football during a stunning spell at Brighton, where he transformed the Seagulls into one of the most daring and technically impressive sides in the Premier League. His teams press high, dominate the ball, build bravely from the back, and commit numbers forward principles. Tottenham's hierarchy believe are perfectly suited to both the squad and the expectations at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This interest is not speculative. De Zerbi's representatives have already been made aware that Tottenham would move immediately should Frank be dismissed. That message has landed loudly. Sources indicate the Italian coach is genuinely flattered by the approach and views a return to the Premier League as a major ambition at this stage of his career. Currently in charge at Marseille, De Zerbi is approaching the final months of his contract, which only strengthens Tottenham's position. The timing is seen internally as ideal. Spurs know that if they hesitate, they risk losing out, especially with Manchester United also monitoring De Zerbi closely, his name carrying serious influence within the decision-making structure at Old Trafford. What adds urgency to the situation is the looming FA Cup clash against Aston Villa. Insiders describe Saturday as a potential breaking point. An elimination would almost certainly confirm Thomas Frank's dismissal, a scenario many inside the club already view as inevitable rather than hypothetical. Should that happen, the pathway for De Zerbi to arrive in North London would be wide open. Tottenham believe his charisma, authority and fearless approach could instantly re-energise a fractured dressing room and reconnect a furious fan base that has grown disillusioned with both results and performances. Spurs are pushing hard to move for goalkeeper Real Madrid's Andriy Lunin, now firmly on their radar. Reports emerging from Spain suggest Spurs are not just monitoring the Ukrainian international, they are leading the chase as they assess a significant shake-up in their goalkeeping department. Guglielmo Vicario remains Tottenham's undisputed number one, but behind the scenes there is growing belief that genuine competition is needed if Spurs are to raise standards and push forward. The club's recruitment team are now actively exploring the market for a goalkeeper capable of seriously challenging for the starting spot. Lunin has quickly risen to the top of that shortlist. At 26, Lunin finds himself at a crossroads in Madrid. Despite being highly rated within the club, his path is blocked by Thibaut Courtois, who remains Xabi Alonso's first choice whenever fit. He wants minutes, responsibility, and the chance to build momentum as a first-choice goalkeeper, something Real Madrid simply cannot guarantee. Spurs believe the Premier League could be the ideal stage for Lunin to elevate his career, and early indications suggest the player is open to a move if the right project is presented. Regular football, a clear pathway to the number one shirt, and the exposure of English football all weigh heavily in Tottenham's favour. Real Madrid, however, are under no pressure to sell. Lunin is tied down until 2030, and the Spanish giants are well aware of his value. A fee in the region of £22 million has been discussed, a figure that reflects both his age and pedigree. This is not a gamble on potential alone. When Courtois was sidelined, Lunin stepped in on the biggest stages, playing a key role in a Champions League and La Liga winning campaign, proving he can handle elite-level pressure. Standing at 6'3", commanding in the box and technically comfortable with the ball at his feet, Lunin fits the modern profile Spurs are looking for. Internally, there is a belief that his best years are still ahead of him, and that exposure to the Premier League could unlock another level to his game. The big question now is timing. Tottenham must decide whether to move aggressively in January or position themselves for a summer deal, knowing competition could intensify. What is clear is this: Spurs are not just watching from a distance. They are making moves, asking questions, and placing themselves exactly where they want to be, right at the front of the race. That wraps up today's update. If you like this video and want to keep up with all the latest Tottenham news, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any updates. Remember to leave a like and share this video with fellow Spurs supporters. Together we can continue growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, come on you Spurs!